Zappis Bills on the Sticks. We now have Candice Klein of Hook It Golf. Candice, you've been playing golf for how many years?
Won't age myself, but since high school.
Since high school. Okay, so fair enough. For about a couple of years now. And what is your favorite club in the bag?
It's got to be my 9-iron. I just seem to hit it the best out of
Okay.
all the clubs.
That's
I
a
don't hit it very
versatile club
far.
right there.
It is very versatile, yes.
Do you prefer it like right in the middle of your stance, behind your stance? Like how do you like to swing it though? I guess is
Right in the middle.
right in the middle. Okay. How many courses have you played in your life? Would you say?
Ooh, probably close to 100.
100 courses.
Yeah, playing in high school, you go around to different courses. I mean, I'd obviously play the same course a couple times,
Sure.
but
What's your
uh,
home course? Like, would you describe it as? Like, what's your on the
so,
tour? What's your home course?
well, it'd probably be the course I played in high school, and grew up playing, during practice, which was the Little Cedar Edge Golf Course in Western Colorado. It's a crazy little course. The front nine's pretty flat. The back nine is basically off the side of a mountain. So don't go out in the rough because it was real tough to get out of that.
When did you move here from Colorado?
So I graduated in 2008 out of high school.
Me
and
too.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
So
Shout
same
out.
age.
Bill.
Oh, hey,
Bill
let's
and I went to
go.
high school together here at Hopewell. So yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, so sweet. So then I moved out here to go to school and stayed out here. Not to my mother's dismay. She
Uh-oh.
was not too happy, but that's okay.
Mama Dukes was missing you. That's
Yeah,
what it was.
yep,
What
she
school
was.
did you go to when you came out here?
I actually went to Johnson and Wales for their business program. So for their
Culinary
accounting.
action. Yes.
If I had $1 for every time someone asked me, "Oh, so you're a chef?" Like, nope, I'm not.
It's okay. I went to law school. It's okay. I understand. I'm not a lawyer anymore. No, but anyway. Do you cook? Then you bake and all that kind of stuff too? Like, do you enjoy that or?
I like to cook.
Yeah.
But sadly, they were not allowed to take any of the baking and pastry or cooking courses if you're in the
It's all
business program.
business.
It's all business, man. You can't. Yeah, thankfully I had friends in the baking and pastry. They'd bring me cakes sometimes,
Yeah.
so they had to like sneak it out under their chef
So was the
coat.
business side like the hospitality and like setting up for like a bakery business, or what was like the business when you say the education like?
So there was a hospitality program, a business program itself, so very general business. So my specialty, I guess you'd say, cost accounting. So a lot of like manufacturing accounting work. So internal accounting versus like your CPA type stuff. And I just always worked in manufacturing and love it. It's kind of a cool place to work. Anytime you work in manufacturing, it's a very interesting business to work in.
So you go from sight set on being the business owner of the most top pastry place you could possibly find, and then you land and decide to open Hook It Golf. Give me the story. What was the lead up? What was the build up? Why open a virtual golf business?
So this year, so we have a 6-year-old, and so me and my husband would go out golfing on occasion. And once we had a kid, it was a little bit more difficult to get out on
Sure.
the course.
Yeah.
So beginning this year in January, he comes to me and he's like, "Hey, listen, I really want to like get back to playing more golf this year." We're like, "Okay." So one day we're like, "Hey, let's go hit a bucket of balls at lunch," and it had rained a couple days prior. So we literally go to 3 different golf courses, and obviously Birkdale's closed already, and every driving range is closed. And we're like, man, like we don't have to go all the way to Top Golf to just hit some balls because they're going to be open no matter what.
Right.
And it was, I think, like later that week, he's like, why is there not a facility in the Lake Norman area where it's open no matter what the weather is?
So your husband just got this bug and he just wasn't going to stop. Is that what you're telling me?
That's Josh. He
Yeah.
doesn't stop once he has an idea.
Okay. So Josh says we need an indoor virtual golf place. Hey, babe, you played a lot of golf in your life. I think you should do it. What was your response to that?
I was like, you know what? That sounds pretty fun. And you're right. Like, there is not really a good facility in this area to go to. So why not? Let's go.
Okay, so Hook It Golf, which is in the Rama Executive Park, so Rama Church Road in Huntersville, just by Old Statesville and Rama Church. It's a fairly new executive park, flex space, a lot of cool businesses in there. You guys landed there. How did you decide and land on that one in this particular marketplace?
So we are very lucky. We own another business in the same business park, literally right across the parking lot.
Which
And
business?
it's called Rhino Lights. It's a lot of like off-road lighting for Jeeps, side-by-sides, trucks, that kind of stuff. Very random. Two very different businesses.
Wow, I had no idea. Okay. So who runs that? Do you run that? Does Josh run
I
that?
help
Or
him, and
okay.
then Josh mainly runs it though.
Okay. So he'll just like come over for a break and like swing the clubs a little bit? Is
Pretty
that what
much.
pretty much happens throughout the day? Okay. All right. Fair enough.
Yep.
So you land there because convenience, certainly a factor. This
Yeah.
makes it easier. What was it like outfitting the space for a virtual golf facility? What's that process like?
So it was pretty nice because the guys who built the business park actually are in that business park still. That's part of their home office. So um, they were able to kind of help us upfit it. So we didn't do too much actually. We put like the nice like floor with like the flakes in it. And then so we built two 16-foot wide bays, so there's plenty of room, for left-handers and right-handers. So we wanted to
Shout
make
out to
sure.
the lefties out there.
That's right,
Shout
lefty.
out to the lefties.
You
Both my
got it.
kids are lefty too, so there
Okay,
you go.
see,
Yeah.
we do not discriminate against left-handers.
Wow, it's a rarity. You guys are top notch. I appreciate that.
So we actually did a lot of it ourselves. We're pretty handy. We wanted to add a lot of extra stress to ourselves, so we painted the whole facility ourselves. We built actually all the padding. We've had a lot of comments from people. They're like, "Wow, like, where did you get this padding? Because you got to protect the walls, right? Like,
Right.
or else it'll be just like ball holes
Yeah.
everywhere." So we built this padding. It was like a 2-foot by 4-foot panels, and to buy them, it was like $100 a panel.
I would
We're
imagine.
like, that's ridiculous. Like, we can make these. And so sure enough, we went to Lowe's, bought, plywood, cut
Yeah.
it, foam. You can have it like pre-cut and vinyl. And so we
Wow.
just
Custom. Custom as it comes.
custom. Josh was like, maybe we should sell these for our next business. I said, no thanks.
No, only online though. See, there you go.
I can imagine shipping on those things. That would be horrendous.
So you guys also have a bar there, right? As part inside of the facility?
So we do offer beer,
Okay.
local beer. So we like Sycamore, Sugar Creek, and Legion Brewing. We have some of their local options. We're looking at some wine options too, but we don't have like liquor.
Okay.
So,
But beer and wine,
yep.
if you want to come hang. Do you guys have TVs and all that
Oh
kind
yeah,
of stuff?
we got two 85-inch TVs.
85-inch TVs.
85 inches. Josh doesn't go small.
Wow. So like Panthers games,
Oh,
that kind
yeah.
of stuff. Maybe some NASCAR Cup Series hanging out on the weekend. Probably some golf, I would imagine, is on the TV.
Golf, we were recently, I guess, last week watching the U.S. Open.
Yeah.
Some crazy action on the U.S. Open.
Yeah.
So yes, sports, any kind of sports, we got YouTube TV going on. So
Who's your favorite golfer?
it's got to be Roy McIlroy. I mean, he's
bandwagon.
like, I'm sorry, like just his swing is beautiful.
I think for me, like, I just expect him to have like a normal American voice when he talks, and then he doesn't, and that throws me off sometimes. Is that wrong?
I love his accent.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. It's okay. So when you decide to start the business in January, and then you guys just opened up a couple of weeks ago, right?
In June. So
In
actually,
June, okay.
Father's Day weekend was our first
Father's
week
Day weekend.
Yeah, so it moved pretty quick.
Yeah, I was gonna say that is a very short time frame to like go from like thought, idea, concept to hey, doors are open, come on in. What's been in your mind the process? Like, do you think it's been too fast? Do you think it's been great? Like, where are you at mentally with it at this point?
Obviously the longer it drags on, the more costly it is. So the quicker we could get open, the better on our part. So it's just, now just getting the word out about where we are. We're kind of in an obscure part, business park's not like everyone just like driving through and seeing us. So we're relying on, advertising and signage to get people in the door.
Totally. And so what is the experience like, or what is the experience you want to provide to people when they walk in the door at Hook It Golf?
We want to provide the wow factor and like a true golf experience because the TrackMan launch monitor is the premier launch monitor on the market. It's what the pros use. So it's not just entertainment. It can definitely be entertainment. It's great for, someone who just wants to come have fun. But if you're a real golfer and you want to actually learn more about your swing, like this has the data to give them. You can come see, hey, how like is my club face staying open? Am I got it into outswing? Am I hitting the ball in the middle of the club, or am I hitting it off the toe or the heel? Those kinds of things. It's like those like a lot of people are surprised when they see some of the statistics on it. They're like, wow, I didn't even know like anything had this. Well, nothing really does. except the TrackMan unit.
So is it on the individual to already have some skill, or do you guys, coach and teach as part of it, or what's that model like for people that really want to learn?
So right now it's just, the individual. We'd hopefully eventually have someone in there providing some lessons. Just trying to get kind of up and going.
Oh, sure.
And
Yeah, for sure.
get some people in the door. I mean, you don't necessarily need someone, but if you're even a mediocre golfer, and like myself, I would consider myself a mediocre golfer.
Okay.
There's still things I can learn by myself, and I'm just one of those people. If I'm like, okay, this is happening, I'll like go YouTube some videos, and then you could just sit there and do drills and go from there.
What are the courses you guys offer? Like, can I play like Pebble Beach this weekend, or like, how does that work?
So TrackMan actually does have Pebble Beach, but it is an additional fee for TrackMan. So usually courses actually pay TrackMan to come out and model their courses. It's one of the only launch monitors that is ever going to pay someone, because TrackMan is just that much of a name for itself. Pebble Beach, on the other hand, they said, hey, listen, we're not going to just pay you, but you guys can come do it, but you'll share in the profits.
Of course they will. Of course.
But we do have Kohala, and we do have the St. Andrews courses, which Kohala's definitely a good one.
Shout out to Rory on that, right? Is that what that was? Is that where that came from? Okay, got it. You're listening to Good Morning LKN. We're here with Candice Klein of Hook It Golf. Her and her husband Josh started it. It is in Huntersville, Rama Church Road, so Old Statesville, which is 115. I always mix up 115 and 21. 115 and Rama Church there at the Rama Executive Park. A very cool executive business park, flex space, a lot of great business. Sounds like there's two businesses there you got to go see, one of them being Hook It Golf. Digital fan, we're sticking with you. Radio fan, we'll be right back. All right, so we're still on video stream right now. We're going to stick with the social. So this is where we get the fun stuff going on. What's your favorite restaurant in Huntersville? Do you live in Huntersville, or where do you guys live? Okay, so you live in Huntersville,
right off of Gilead.
Okay, cool. So what's y'all's like favorite restaurant in Huntersville?
Probably Killington's.
Killington's. Okay. What about on the menu? That's a big menu that they got at Killington's. Don't they have a big? Yeah.
It is a big menu.
What's your like? Do you have like a go-to, or are you the type you switch it up like when you go each time, or what's that like?
I do switch it up, but there's like this like honey. Jeez, now I can't remember. It's like I haven't seen the menu, but it's like a honey chicken wrap.
Ooh.
Now technically it comes like a pretzel bun, but one time we had this waitress and she's like, "Hey, I recommend it in a wrap." We're like, okay, in a wrap, and way better in a wrap.
I always love those random little nugget suggestions from the professionals, that have seen this dish come out 1,000 times. I like that. You and Josh working together. Look, my wife's a kindergarten teacher. Okay. We made a vow we would not work together. Like she treats me like a 5-year-old sometimes. Me, I have my habits as well. It's not her, it's me most of the time. How does it go for you and Josh to work together in multiple businesses, it sounds like?
Well, I will say I probably made a vow to myself when we got married we'd probably never work together. I did break that vow apparently twice now. It is interesting. I will say in some ways it has brought us closer together. In some ways I'm like, wow, okay. I know a little bit more about you than maybe I didn't know before.
Do you find that to be a good thing, I would assume?
Yeah, so sometimes it's good. I mean, we've been together since 2009.
Okay. So it's been a while. Okay. So you guys know each other.
We
know each other.
We know each other quite well. Yes.
So you have a 6-year-old, you said?
Yes.
Boy or girl?
Boy.
Does he play golf?
He says he wants to. Trying to get a 6-year-old on a golf course for more than 5 minutes is a challenge.
It's tough. We played Harbor Town when we went to Hilton. Hiltonhead's our favorite beach to go to, and I played Harbor Town. My son was 2 at the time. Mm-hmm. I only got 9 holes in, but my wife would drive the golf cart, and then he would ride with, and we have this picture of him standing behind me. Well, not behind, but beside. He's not standing behind me when I was swinging the club. I'm not that bad of a parent. But it's one of my favorite moments and memories and pictures of he and I together. And that concept of on the course being able to just spend time together. So I'm curious, like for you guys, and we'll save this for when we come back on radio, but what we'll start with is, so that concept of time and experience, comparing a regular course to the virtual side, and what are the similarities, what are the pros, obviously some differences. So we'll talk about that if that's okay with you as soon as we come back.
Perfect.
Digital fam, thanks for hanging out with us. We're going to rejoin with the radio fam now, so just hang. Candice Klein of Hook It Golf in Huntersville, located off of Rama Church Road, so Old Statesville, also known as Highway 115. and Rama Church Road, right there. Rama Executive Park, fairly new business park, flex space, some wonderful businesses to check out. One of them being Hook It Golf. Indoor virtual golf. Is that the right way? Should I explain it? Is that how I should call it? Indoor virtual golf?
Yeah.
Is that too wordy?
No, that's
To
good.
just come play golf? Like, is
Come
that
play golf.
come play golf? Okay, so Hook It Golf. Multiple courses. You guys got Quail Hollow. That must be popular, I would imagine.
It is the most popular one, yes.
There is a couple of rounds that occur at Quail Hollow each year, and I imagine it gets pretty popular for you guys.
Yes.
Do you find yourself in the middle of the day just picking up a club and just swinging it sometimes, or?
Absolutely.
Yeah?
Why? Why not, right? I own the place.
Is it the 9-iron you go for?
It is the 9-iron.
It's the 9-iron. Okay, fair enough. Let's talk about kind of the experience. You had mentioned you guys want to provide quality when people walk through the door, but comparing actually being on a course to the virtual, it is different. It is a different experience. I'll tell you that in my mind, one of the biggest benefits, and this is what Bill and I were talking about this week, no matter the weather, you can play golf.
That's right.
Thanks to Hook It Golf.
Exactly.
Is that why you find people come to you, or what's the reason why people will come to Hook It Golf, let's say, rather than a course, would you say?
Weather is definitely up there, probably number 1 or 2. And then it's a lot of just like time, right? I mean, it is hard to get on the golf course, and you're going to be out there 5, maybe 6 hours, depending on who's in front of you, right?
Or depending on how I'm playing that day.
Right.
Hey.
True. It could go either way. Who's in front of you, or who are you, right? How's your game today? And, and as a family, it is hard, like, to get a kid out there for multiple hours. It's not that we don't want to take him, but it's hard to get out there.
Yeah.
And so you could, a foursome can play 18 holes in about 3 hours. Now, obviously that depends on how they're playing.
Sure.
If they're in the rough every hit, it'll take a little bit longer, but an individual can go out and play 18 holes in an hour.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Do you find that it's people who already know how to play golf, or do you think people are more comfortable to come into virtual golf if they've not been like on a course before?
I would say most people that come in have been out on a course before, so they are golfers already.
Yeah. I think there is an opportunity to try it out without having to go on the course, right? Do the whole song. I assume you guys provide clubs to people, or no?
So right now it's bring your own clubs.
Oh, it is BYOC.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, that's not a bad thing, because I'm sure most people will bring their own anyway, I'd imagine, and want to be particular about that.
Yeah, we haven't really had any issues with someone not bringing their own clubs.
Okay.
Most people are like, well, I can bring my own, right? I'm like, absolutely.
Well, you do want to practice with your own. That makes sense.
Right.
Well, so what are tell me how the process works from, like, what can I buy? Am I buying by the hour? Can I buy the whole place for a few hours? Like, how does that work? Can other people come in? What's that like?
Yeah, so we have 2 bays, so you rent by the hour. So it's like $65 an hour, up to 4 players that can come in per hour, per bay.
Mm-hmm.
You can obviously rent both bays if you want a little bit more privacy. I mean, they're kind of looking opposite ways of each other. But a lot of people just want to come in for an hour, maybe 2. You can rent the whole facility, so we do like private events. So obviously Christmas is coming up.
Ooh.
So if you're looking for, a rental of someplace to bring your employees or friends or whatever. Obviously, sports is, I think, hopefully going to get a big one, get people in there, get the whole facility. Obviously, we have a little lounge area. People who aren't golfers can come in, hang out. They're like, well, I'm going to watch the game or a movie while you guys go over here and golf. So, yes. And then an individual can come in Monday through Thursday for $50 an hour.
Oh, that's not bad
The pricing's pretty simple. We just try to keep it real simple on the pricing aspect.
Because you can swing, I mean, if you think about golf, right, I can swing the club 72 times in an hour if I really wanted to. I could really just knock them out.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you'll wear yourself out. Like, if you're the only one playing in an hour, I mean, you're tired.
Yeah, no doubt about that. And so the corporate side of things and the businesses that come in, so they could rent the space. Is it like, can they bring their own food in, or do you guys cater? How does that process work?
Yeah, so we'll set up tables for them to have food catered. We did not set up a restaurant. A lot of people ask us, like, didn't you want to set up a restaurant? I'm like, oof.
That's a lot extra carry right there.
That's a lot.
Although you did go to Johnson & Wales, so now that I know that, I'm kind of questioning it.
I don't know how they would feel about my cooking. I mean, Josh is okay with it, but my son often says, well, can I have something else?
No.
Oh, just wait. As they get older, they're very picky, but...
No doubt. I know that already, unfortunately, but yes, absolutely. So the business side, as far as corporations being able to come in and rent space, what about like happy hour stuff? Do you let like happy hour, kind of, could they rent the event for a happy hour type event? Is that okay
Yeah,
too?
I mean, yeah, obviously it's an open per hour rental, so you guys want to come in, give us a call, shoot us an email about, renting the entire facility. Obviously, it's 2 bays, so it's not like renting 10 bays, right? It's
Yeah.
so, you're looking at $130 an hour just to rent the whole place.
Right.
And even if you want it for an hour too,
Yeah.
I mean, that's not bad, right? You get the whole place to yourself.
That's not bad at all. So, thinking about the future, right? Because you guys open the facility, you obviously have ideas and dreams and visions for the future. So, in your mind, what is the grandiose plan? Would you say in the long term?
Definitely want to have someone in there doing lessons, providing that ability. And then also, leagues. So having like league nights, like once a week, getting people in there, either like longest drive
Now we're
closest to the
talking.
pin.
Bill and I used to golf, I mean, not golf, bowl at North Cross Lanes. And
Okay.
so we could see a league action going on at Hook
Yeah.
at Golf. I was thinking that. I was wondering if y'all were going to do something. Bill, would you get in there and swing the stick at Hook at Golf?
No doubt.
Okay, so see now, I think we need to get some leagues going on. That would be cool. That'd be fun.
Yeah,
we could do
no,
that.
I'm just trying to get kind of organized with how
Sure, I'm
it's
not
gonna
just
work.
piling more on. Let me just pile some more on top of you, what you are doing as a boutique business owner, entrepreneur, multiple businesses, kids. Here's some more for you. Why not? Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
why not, right?
Do you have fun every day, or what's it like? Like, because people might think, oh, it's really cool. You have this golf place, but it is a business. So what is it like balancing between like the fun idea of golf and then like the business side of running a virtual golf place?
Yeah, it's not bad actually. It's actually pretty fun. It's nice because I can bring people in there and kind of show them the system, and I'm proud of the system we have, and I like showing them, and a lot of times people are amazed and they're thinking like, how cool is this? Like, this is so cool. Some people have been to something like a Top Golf. And then there's probably 50% of people that have never been to a simulator. So kind of showing them around, showing them all the different options. You have like kids games, and then you have obviously your full courses, and then you have like your shot analysis, you have your driving range, you have your practice type stuff. And it's fun because I get to show people how the system works and show them that there's like, some really cool stuff that can happen in geez, I can't talk, in indoor golf.
That's very cool. And it is a unique experience. I think that's one of the things, like if you are a golfer and you've never done the indoor thing, you got to try it. You got to get a feel for it and just see. I know it's not like, you're not touching grass outside and doing that, but the time factor, I agree with you. I think that's one of the biggest positives of it
Yeah.
is you can get out there and you can swing the stick without making it a whole song and dance of going to the course when you can't, because
Right.
it's kind of like an addiction. Golf is an addiction. There's no
It
doubt
is.
about it. Like there was a point I reached a couple of years ago. I was wanting to play at least once a week, and that's time consuming. Do you guys do
Yes.
membership?
Yeah.
So what's
Yes.
that like? What's membership process like?
So right now we have 3 different levels. You have like a weekday membership. You can come in, basically you get 10 hours a month, which you can get in there 2 times a week, or once a week for 2 hours. And then we have just like 2 levels of kind of like 7 days a week. So you have one that's 5 hours and one that's 10.
Wow. For the
So-
avid addicts.
Yeah, so people want to get in there, and then there, obviously if you're a member and you want to bring a buddy, there's just a guest pass, and the guests can just pay for the guest pass to come in, and if they want to golf with their buddy who's already a member.
Can I ask you that pricing, or and I'm sorry if I missed that.
The guest pass is $12 an
Okay.
hour.
And then so the membership levels, like what's the cost? How does the cost on the membership levels work? I'm sorry if I'm putting you on the spot there on that. my
Oh
bad.
man, you're challenging my memory here. I should know this by heart. For sure, I definitely should. So I believe the tier 1 membership is $250,
Okay.
and then the tier 2 is I think like $475 for
Okay.
the 10 hours, and then the weekday I think is like $320. I think that's 8 hours actually. Sorry, I think that's 8 hours.
Okay, so 250 to 400 is kind of the range if you're
Yeah.
looking, and that's comparable because what I think about is there we go. So Bill's pulling it up right here. So,
Thanks,
okay,
Bill.
so we got I should have asked for this before. Okay, so hours weekday Monday through Thursday looks like 8 hours, $320, $50 sign up fee. Individual tier 1 5 hours for $240 a month, and that's hours a month or hours a week. You get there 5
Hours a month.
Okay, and then tier 2 10 hours a month for $460. And again, you can play year round. That's
Yep.
ultimately the coolest part about it is no matter the weather outside, no matter the time, because once it gets winter, once now you guys are about to hit that stride. I feel like once we get here and it starts getting cold out,
Yeah.
this is when people are gonna be calling. I need more golf in my life.
That's right.
You guys are it, and then that's what's gonna happen. Do you do gift cards and that kind of stuff too? Can you buy
Yes.
gift certificates?
Yep, sure can.
Okay, so you can buy it for a friend. You can
That's
buy it
right.
for the addict down the street that you know that needs it and wants it, and that's pretty cool. What would you say is kind of the messaging of what you want people to know that I haven't touched on yet today? What is it that you want people to know about the business, about your passion, about you and Josh? What would you want people to know, if anything?
I want people to know that golf is not just out on the course. Obviously, there are the very serious golfers who would probably disagree with me, but when you have a family and you have limited time, this is a great option, and that's why we decided to go down this venture and give people that option of choice and any time of day or weather, you have some options going. So nothing you didn't really already mention. It just you know we're trying to provide a space for fun as well as learning more about yourself and your own swing. So it's a great opportunity.
Okay, Candice Klein, Hook It Golf off Rama Church Road in Huntersville. Check them out.